What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I am going to be discussing something that is still trending on social media, but it may seem like old news to you guys. So if you feel like maybe you don't want to tune into this video, it's perfectly fine. But if you are going to stay and enjoy this video, I want to ask you guys if you guys can subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Obviously, smash that thumbs up button at the end of the video and make sure your post notifications are turned on when you're subscribing, because you want to get alerted every time I'm uploading a video on this channel or doing a live stream, and you don't want to miss out on the content that I'm putting out there for everyone. In this community, we're all trying to grow, and I'm just trying to get to know all of my subscribers. So please subscribe. And in my social media links that I always leave in the description box, you can always message me on topics that you want me to discuss in videos, any questions that you may have for me. If they are appropriate, I will answer them. If not, it's completely up to me to decide whether if I should answer your question or not. So let's just jump right into what we're going to actually talk about today, and it goes by the following hashtag: guns down, water guns up. Now, this was a movement which was, taking place in Atlanta, Georgia, and through social media, it has went viral, and it's kind of inspiring other people to actually partake in this event, in other local cities and states and countries and stuff like that. Now, the purpose of this was to stop violence, within the communities, the neighboring communities to be exact. Now, if you guys have seen this following video on like Facebook or Twitter, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But for those of you that have not seen it yet, I actually have the video right here in front of me, so we're going to watch it together. Now, granted, it may seem like, what I'm saying, like this was generally a good time, but what happens, leads to an escalation in which police, retaliated, and they brought, reinforcements towards the ending of the video, but it actually cuts off. But let's just watch it anyway. Now, as I said, this was a movement basically to stop, you know, um, inter-community violence. Now, a lot of violence recently has been, has been spotted throughout social media and even news media outlets. More so you can see these on your local channel news and stuff like that, in which cops is always ending up in the news due to violence. We're fighting cops because of, we're standing up for ourselves. And, for those that don't have the voices to stand up for themselves and everything like that. So cops are cracking down on us for no apparent reason. Now, granted, you guys understand that the cops, they withhold up the law and stuff like that. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like, no man is definitely and will never be above the next person. So yeah, these guys again, gathered together, and they started this movement in which everyone would carry a water gun and, just start shooting each other around. Now, as I said, this movement was, set up to like inspire and to stop the violence, but at the same time, it just, at the moment in which you seen this guy, getting doused by, maybe 500 plus people with water guns, this moment escalated after that because he decided to call in backup. Now, before the backup even got there, he was actually trying to shut down this event just due to the massive amount of people on the street with water guns. Now, if you ask me, this just looks like, a block party in the summertime because everybody has water guns, you know what I'm saying? And this isn't everybody with Glock 9s and AK 47s. These are toys filled with water. There shouldn't have been any problem. There shouldn't have been a reason for the cops to even be present to try to shut this thing down. You know what I'm saying? This was a movement created to get the awareness within the community to stop the violence. So the cops showing up, yes. You know what I'm saying? You're partaking in increasing a violent moment, which was actually non-violent to begin with. Because now people have to go home and you're touching people, and there's some people that don't like to be touched and don't like to be pushed. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that are witnessing this. They have their camera phones out in case something happens. So that's just smart of everyone around them. You know what I'm saying? If you happen to catch something or see something, these cops can actually be brought to justice if something were to happen during this major event. But as I say, this just looks like a general good, fun time, very inspirational, nothing serious about this situation. But I do want to point out that one guy with the fucking gallon of water, just like, what the hell was he thinking? Now, him, in spite of everybody else, he just he OD'd. He went to the max. He must have had some kind of personal vendetta against this guy because this nigga was the only guy out of 500 plus people with a gallon of water. Like this is why the cop just lost his shit, because you went up close and poured a gallon of water. Like, mind you, the key word in there is gallon. This is a gallon of water. Everybody just has these toys filled with not even close to what a gallon of water is. He just poured a large freaking gallon of water inside of his car and just wet him up completely. This nigga just really OD'd. Let me just play it back one more time because he sticks out so much in the video, it just makes you laugh because you're like, why is there one person with a gallon of water? Everybody else has water guns. Super Soaker water guns. And that guy actually had a bucket, but he walked away. Look at this. That's a whole gallon of water, bro. A whole gallon of water. But yeah, as I said, I still don't see anything wrong with this because it's just water. You know what I'm saying? If they would have been out there shooting you up, kind of like Training Day situation where Denzel got blazed up towards the end, you know what I mean? If it was that kind of situation, then okay, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? This is just water. You could have relaxed about it. But that's one thing about the cops too. If you guys ever notice, they don't like water. They're like cats. They don't like water. This isn't related to this situation, but this is kind of like my reference in which I'm basically trying to talk about. If you ever had a street in which it had a fire hydrant and you guys had it on during the summertime and everybody's getting wet, having a good time, and you're splashing cars as they go by. Ever notice how a cop car will roll by and that car will get wet and they immediately jump out and want you to shut the fire hydrant off? They just really don't like water. That's crazy. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it kind of inspired you in some sort of way. But I do want to say, to your local, police enforcement. I wouldn't say just partake in exactly what they were doing, like soaking this one guy up, but you know, do spread the message of stopping the violence, within your communities, because there is future generations that have to be raised in these communities. So that's just something to think about. You know what I'm saying? If you got any like younger brothers or younger sisters, you know, um, cousins, nephews, it doesn't matter. Younger folks have to grow up in these communities that we set up for them. You know what I'm saying? So just try your best to set a good example for the younger generation. That way, when they grow up, they could follow in your footsteps and lead the next generation and the next generation after that. So hopefully you understood the purpose of the movement, of the hashtag, and the reason why it went viral throughout social media. Hopefully you understood you know, what kind of like breakdown that I was generally trying to give you guys in this video. And as I said in the beginning, please leave a thumbs up because it will do good for this channel. And if you're new, be sure to subscribe. I will catch you guys in the next video as always. Peace out. Did it freeze?